is coming.
Towards my gods.
This is a war to save the world.
The boys returns to our screens one final time in just a few days, and Amazon is pulling off a masterclass in stealth marketing. Dropping teaser trailers not on YouTube is a bold move, but it's one that is clearly working out for them because the hype that's been created is very real. There are scenes in there that most of us didn't expect to see based on the final trailer, but you know what that means, right? It's time to break it all down. So spoiler warning if you haven't seen it yet, and let's dive straight into it.
You want me to work for you.
I want you to find William Butcher.
The confirmed team-up. This teaser we're talking about begins with a team-up that was all but confirmed by the trailers. And now we get the official reason. Homelander wants his dad to go after William Butcher. It's a shrewd move, no doubt. Soldier Boy is the kind of guy who might be ignorant of his own charm, or lack thereof. But the one thing he hates more than anything is betrayal. Homelander knows this because he's seen the footage of Soldier Boy blowing his former girlfriend to Kingdom Come. And though he's a maniac, he does know some things about human psychology. If he didn't, he wouldn't have been able to get away with half of what he's done. And to put an exclamation point on his team-up, the teaser shows us Soldier Boy chucking his heavy-ass shield at the car we've seen Butcher driving in all the promos. There's another shot later on in the trailer where Soldier Boy is firing his depowering radiation ray at someone. We already know from the trailers that someone is Butcher and most likely Frenchie and the rest of the boys, considering it takes place in one of those warehouses they use as a safe house. Plus, we also know from the promos that Soldier Boy won't just be helping out his kid with his British Bulldog problem. He'll be getting him some of that sweet immortality juice and audiences with some of the most powerful old-timers in the series. We'll get to that at the end of this video, so don't go anywhere, because you're going to want to hear this. But for now, let's circle back to that car fight between Butcher and Soldier Boy because it introduces someone we think the internet's been mistaken for someone else. Huey goes for a ride. In all the previous promo material, we were led to believe that only Butcher and Kimiko were in the car when Soldier Boy attacks. But in this teaser trailer, we see that that's not true. Huey's there with them, and as soon as he sees Benny Boy, he starts running for his life. But then something happens. Huey suddenly super speeds away from the scene, and at first we thought A-Train was accompanying them on this up. But then we slowed it down and looked at the scenes that followed just after. It became clear to us that Huey was being taken for a ride through the skies by none other than Bombsight. Now, you will see many theories on the internet talking about how the blue costume flying soup that scooped up Huey like a bullet train is actually a member of Teenage Kicks. And that isn't a bad assumption. Leaked pictures of the Kicks mobile do show that one of its members, whose face is slapped on the vehicle side, is a boy who wears blue and has curly hair. That's either just streak or whack job because we've already seen Big Game and he looks nothing like this dude. But the thing is, why would either of them be backing up Soldier Boy on a mission when he notoriously hates working with people he doesn't know? Knowing Ben, he would be choosing someone he's worked with in the past, someone he can trust about as far as he can throw them. And if you've seen the Vought Rising promo material, you know Bombsight fits the description much better than anyone from Kicks Mansion. It makes a lot more sense for him to team up with Soldier Boy than anyone from Teenage Kicks. And if you know what Bombsight means, then you know that him lifting Huey into the air is not going to end well.
A reckoning is coming.
Toad's Muggets and Eminem's crazy smile. After the Huey takes flight scene, we get a really quick montage of movements that we've already seen, like Homelander saying a reckoning is coming, and Annie landing outside Vaught's newly made freedom camp. We also get a very brief clip of the Deep saying Toad's Maggots, which is so cringe that Gen Z would hate on it too. And then we get a shot of Butcher telling someone to come at him and getting pummeled in the very next frame. That's most likely his second fight with Soldier Boy where most of the boys are also present, and the screen transitions to him saying this is a war to save the world. That's a classic Butcher lie right there. But his teammates clearly believe it because we see Frenchie loading up a pistol, Huey looking incredibly concerned while being a resident of the freedom camps, and Eminem with an absolutely unhinged smile on his face. This is what we want to focus on because we've never seen Eminem looking like this during his entire time as one of the boys. Usually he's calm and composed or panicking because of his OCD troubles. Even when he faced off against Soldier Boy, he didn't drop his signature scowl. And if he was in his right mind, we don't think we'd even see Las Alonso looking like a maniac. But the fact that his expression in this teaser is exactly the same as the one Butcher wears when he's having a bit too much fun with his anarchical ways tells us that one of three things is going to happen. The first possibility is that Eminem has just lost it, and that he no longer cares about his morals and ideals. He just wants to kill Soups and relish in killing them. Kind of like his original counterpart from the comics. The second is that somehow he got his hand on Compound V, and can now understand how Butcher felt when he leveled the playing field. It's an addictive feeling, to be sure, and the expression he's wearing makes him look incredibly jacked up on something. Whether that's adrenaline, recklessness, or V, we can't be sure yet, because all we can say for sure is that he's taking the gloves off. The third and most outrageous possibility is that Eminem somehow became Butcher, which would only be possible if Butcher's cancer left his body and entered Marvin. The reason this makes sense to our sick minds is because that expression of his isn't an imitation of Butcher's, it's an exact copy. And we know from the Boys Diabolical that V'd-up cancer tumors can exit their bodies of their hosts when they get closer to their time of death. They also seek out new organic life to feed upon. So maybe the cancer jumps ship when it realizes Butcher's pretty much done for. He does only have a few months left to live after all. So if we were you, we'd keep a real close eye on the OG squad this season because their lives are at risk as it is. If you've read the comics, you know none of them get anything close to a happy ending apart from Huey. And the penultimate episode of The Boys Season 5 is titled The Frenchman, the female and the man called Mother's Milk. In the comics, that's the name of the issue where they're all introduced, but in the show, it might just be the other way around. Starlight versus Dognot. Let's now talk about one of the micro battles we're going to see in Season 5. And it's actually a rematch because Starlight and Dognot have fought once before. It happened in Gen V Season 2, when he was sent to track and capture Marie Moreau, but Starlight intervened and saved her life. Dognot's probably been wanting revenge ever since, because he doesn't seem the type to let things slide. And fighting Annie in what appears to be the same mansion where Frenchie loads his pistol in this teaser and releases the soup virus in other trailers will be the perfect playground for Starlight vs Dognot 2 Electric Boogaloo. The fact that he's made it this far also seems to suggest that Dognot will be the one on the other end of the knife from that infamous scene in the comics where Butcher screams "Why'd you do it, Jack?" over and over again. We say this because it's not confirmed yet that Jack from Jupiter will be showing up in Season 5, although there are rumors that Misha Collins is playing his character. Moreover, Dognot is the perfect narrative choice for that scene considering he's obsessed with dogs in an unnatural way. And if you think we're being coy for no reason, you're wrong. We just don't want to talk about what might or might not happen to Terror this season because he's just so damn cute. Never meet your heroes. Also, we just want to throw this in real quick, because we brought up Misha, so we need to talk about Jared. It's all but confirmed that he's going to play Mr. Marathon, the 7th resident speeder before A-Train joined. He wears a tracksuit and has an image of himself beating a cheetah in a race in the mansion we were just talking about, which also seems to be his. It looks like Jared's character will go through a bit of a never meet your heroes kind of situation. That's because we've all seen him being splattered by someone else's blood in the widespread promos. But what we haven't seen is a micro trailer Amazon released on its platform where he's fighting Soldier Boy. When we first saw that shot, we thought someone else blew up a body in front of him. But now, it's looking more and more likely that Mr. Marathon will take out his own idol by giving him the Robin treatment. And that would be both sick and sickening if we're right about it. Sage back at it. We all know that Sister Sage has some sort of plan in motion because she never does anything without a reason. Yes, she's fallen from grace in Homelander's eyes by going behind his back and trying to replace him with Thomas Godolkin, but he can learn from his mistakes. As crazy as that sounds. We believe Homie will be keeping Sage real close to himself this season because he saw what letting her out of his sight gets him. But that doesn't mean Sage isn't going to be able to play her games anymore. In fact, that's probably exactly what she wants for her next plan, because she's about to use religious fanaticism to get at both Homelander and Firecracker. She has a massive grudge against the latter because despite being a country hick, she somehow outsmarted Sage using the only thing Homelander truly loves in his life, breast milk. And while he also knows that Firecracker isn't the smartest bulb in the room, he will keep her alive as much as he can to get access to what's formerly known as Stillwell juice. Sage is seen in this teaser telling someone they're doing God's work, and that someone is either Firecracker herself or Oh Father, who's going to be taking over Ezekiel's role as a leader of Capes for Christ. We know from the trailers that Firecracker is going to have some sort of religious experience at the Oh Father concert that's being promoted. So maybe that's how Sage gets to her dim yet cunning adversary. We also see a rerun of Firecracker's Praise Be line, and Homelander kneeling in a Christ pose seemingly climaxing in his own room. So you know Sage needs that hickey off his neck. But also, by turning Oh Father against him, she'd be putting Homelander's human voter base in trouble. And that would have a worse impact on him than anything else. For how can you be God King when the people no longer believe in you? She was the one who gave him that idea, so her taking it away feels like the ultimate revenge. But whether that's actually her plan is something we'll have to wait and see. And that's it. That's all we've got for you from this final teaser trailer for The Boys Season 5. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more content on the Vought Cinematic Universe. We'll see you guys real soon with yet another video, so until then, stay safe and have a great day.